It is insanely early for me. As of this morning, or right now, this recording, it's 6:32 on the 31st of May, year of our Lord 2022. I saw Maverick twice this weekend. It's the Top Gun Maverick movie that was held off a couple of years, and perfectly released on Memorial Day weekend. Go see this movie. Do whatever you have to do to go see this movie. I'll go see it 4 or 5 times in the theater. I like the original Top Gun. I really like this one. Tom Cruise isn't my favorite person, but I'm willing to put that aside to support this movie. There are a lot of movies that, they try to do the nostalgia bait. They try to do the member berries, and I like really struggled this weekend to not watch anybody else's videos. I went to a cookout this weekend and talked to some people who have seen it, and they said the same thing. This is one of the best homages to an older military movie as a sequel. It's like the best sequel. If the original was top tier, this is top tier. I don't have gripes. I don't have anything really bad to say. Yes, Val Kilmer is in it, and kudos to that. I'll get into a spoiler section in just a second. Go see it. It's awesome. It's great. One of the caveats I had going into this movie was, it's 35 years later. Shouldn't everybody be retired by now? And a relative that is more versed in the officer corps than I am, especially in the Navy, stated that that's just how officers are. That you don't really get your career going until after the 20-year mark. The Admiralty is 50 and up only type of thing. Okay, spoilers. I'll just go right into spoilers. I thought from the trailers, the experimental aircraft, I thought that was going to be like a bait and switch, where at the beginning of the movie he's testing an experimental aircraft trying to get to Mach 10, and then he goes past Mach 10, the plane explodes. I thought for a split second they were going to go, okay, Maverick's dead, let's pull back 2 years prior, everything that led up to that point before the explosion. I thought that's what they were doing. I thought that's where they were going, and they didn't. Yeah, okay, Maverick, you pissed off one more admiral. Iceman is now an admiral, and because you're Admiral Kaczynski's friend, we need you to teach this Top Gun mission. And it goes from there. I'll just fast forward to that. Val Kilmer's cameo is superb. It was fantastic. He's I mean, if you don't already know, Val Kilmer had throat cancer, destroyed his voice box completely, and they used that, and they used it well. It was tasteful. Let's see, going back to the flight training that he started his story with in the original Top Gun. They hinted that he has been a fighter pilot for different missions over the past 35 years. He's had a full career. He's a distinguished captain, and everybody else is like, yeah, well, why aren't you a 1-star right now? Why aren't you an admiral, or at least, you know, a politician? Why are you hanging on to this? I keep getting myself in trouble, and I keep getting myself out of trouble. So the ceiling is captain. They bring him back to Top Gun because of this silly little thing where he, you know, disobeyed orders and destroyed an experimental aircraft. They need him to teach this one mission where they have to destroy an illegal uranium refinery per NATO regulations. I don't know why we have to be the trigger man for that, but oh well. The job is what it is. Let's train some new pilots, and it turns out that Goose's son is the pilot, one of the pilots he has to train. So there's a bit of animosity because Rooster kind of believes that it's Maverick's fault that his dad died, when it was faulty ejection or canopy ejection release, whatever it was from the original. So there's a generational thing. I mean, I've watched it twice, but man, the dogfights are great. Okay, this is my gripe. Once they learn what the mission is and what they have to do, not a single pilot made a reference or a joke or poked fun of or said anything about this being almost exactly the same as the Death Star run. Fly really hard, really low into a trench, as undetected as possible, so that they can fire 2 photon torpedoes into a 4-meter thermal exhaust port and destroy the Death Star, and then dogfight on the way out. It was pretty much that, but way better, because there was a fake out at one point. Again, heavy spoiler. Maverick's down, and I thought that's where they were going to end the movie, because they telegraphed the snot out of it. That, hey, it's been they had lines like, "It's been a pleasure working with you. If I don't ever see you again, thanks for everything. It's been an honor serving with you." It seemed like that was a good spot to just end it. The screen goes black, and then the screen goes light, and Maverick survived the ejection. He punched out before the aircraft blew up, and then it's a happy ending. I don't want to spoil anything. It's a happy ending. It's several several emotional waterwork points in the movie. And now my camera's not auto-focusing. Whatever. Go watch this movie. Go watch this movie. Watch it 4 or 5 times. Watch this movie like... no, this movie needs to be bolstered. Watch this movie like the election, you know. Fraud it all up. I don't care. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. No politics. There's that awesome thing that all movies do these days, where they there's one thing in the movie that just ruins the entire series for everybody forever. There's one character or something that just takes you out of the movie completely. This doesn't have that. Star Wars is very formulaic now. Drunk 3PO did that whole thing on the live stream where he just guessed every single point of Moon Knight, and he was correct. All of Marvel is formulaic now. It's paste and copy, paint by numbers. Nobody wants to put any effort into it. It's just a product to be forced out on an assembly line, get it out of here, and we need to make some money for the next project. Consume product, get ready to consume next product. It's been 35 years since the last one, so that's not what this is. Love him or hate him, Tom Cruise is a weird dude. I don't agree with the religion. It's Mick religion plus multi-level marketing type of stuff, but I respect him for this movie. Unapologetically American, unapologetically male, not toxic masculinity. This was not the patriarchy. This was hey, this is the job. This fighter pilots. It's the Navy. This is how it is. A lot of member berries for me. They do go heavy on. I mean, it's a movie about officers, and what do you expect? No big deal. But I did. That was my first thought was, shouldn't they all be retired? And if I hate to say it this way, if every actor passed away after this movie, they have done their lifetime achievement. They did a good job. And okay, Admiral Kaczynski, Iceman. There's a point, Val Kilmer's voice box is gone, or at least it's really tore up. There's a point where Maverick goes to see Iceman, Admiral Kaczynski, and Admiral Kaczynski's wife meets Maverick in the hallway or the foyer of the house, and says something to the effects of, "It's back, and there's nothing they can do," hinting that Admiral Kaczynski has throat cancer. Way to play it in. And then the Maverick goes to Iceman's Admiral Kaczynski. Goes to Admiral Kaczynski's office for a conversation. Admiral Kaczynski's got this computer set up where he types whatever the conversation. He's got one of the little text things, and there is a conversation that is had where Admiral Kaczynski says it's time to let go, and he leaves that on the screen. And conversation's over. Maverick and Iceman stand up to hug for the last time. and the words remain on the screen, it's time to let go. They leave that on the screen. I appreciate that. That was awesome. I'm getting emotional. I'm going to go play some Sniper Elite 5. I don't have to be at work for a while, so go watch this movie. It's good. Bring a hanky. Member berries galore. Not member berries nostalgia. There's a difference. There's a difference in member berries versus nostalgia. This did not have member berries. This didn't go, hey, remember this thing? Remember? No, this was more like, it's on the back wall. If you catch it, you caught it. If you missed it, you didn't see the original or you don't care. So, all of you Twitterati's that throw a big fit about my patriarchy, you can't do that unless you pay money to watch the movie. And if you pay to see the movie, you'll probably like it, instead of throwing a big old hissy fit like you did over Northman and what was Dunkirk. You threw a big old blubbering hissy fit over Dunkirk, where you said there wasn't enough representation. Okay, so you want minorities to die? You want more dead gay people? I don't understand how this works. A lot of people died during Dunkirk. A lot of men. So wait, so you want more women to die on movies? I don't get your logic. Organic representation. Because now we have to have checked boxes in order for a movie to be good. In order for a movie to be considered good, we have to have all these check boxes. When I was on active duty, it was as far as representation, it was there, but we didn't have to look for it. It was like, hey, here are Americans, and there's a lot of tall white bald guys, because there's a lot of tall white bald Americans. Guess who else exists in the military? Everybody else. But we didn't have to have a gay albino skateboarder. We didn't have to have the shaved side of the head lady who is more yoked out than Ronnie Coleman. We didn't have to have that because it wasn't. It's not the military. Regardless of popular opinion, there are height and weight requirements on active duty, on reserve duty. The military does have certain standards and regulations to follow, so we didn't have the obese, sassy black woman like there's not as many checked boxes. There aren't any checked boxes. There are standards, and because of those standards, you will not have group XYZ to fill the slots. So that might be one of the reasons why they implemented these stupid regulations on Hollywood movies, is so there won't be as many military movies making making all of the awards. Could be why they did that. I don't like it, but organic representation, that absolutely happens. That absolutely happens. I don't even want to get into politics. There weren't any politics to get into. Like I said, there was no forced diversity. Diversity is fine for the sake of of diversity's sake for the sake of diversity, that's fine, but forced diversity that doesn't exist is annoying, where like I said, somebody who's had a ton of surgeries is not somebody who they would allow on active duty. I believe you get disqualified for service if you've ever been admitted to any kind of mental health care facility. So that's a good chunk of the crowd that admits on Twitter that they have mental disorders. I don't know. That rant's done. What else? What else could I say? What else? What other good things could I say about this movie? They definitely show they don't tell. They don't sit down and have some chamomile tea and discuss what happened over the last 35 years. They just, here's a placard on the wall. Like I said, if you're not, you don't have to pay a ton of attention because the camera will pan over it. But if you know what you're looking at, you know what you're looking at. And it'll gloss over. There'll be a picture on the wall. It'll hang for just a second so that you get a chance to see it. If you don't know what that is, you don't know what it is. Big deal. I did see the I don't know if that was a Taiwan flag. I don't remember if they kept that in there or not, but I did see either a third or a second Ma. Could have been second. Yeah, it might have been third. Either a third or second Ma patch on his flight jacket. I'd have to go back and check that, but his 3rd Marine Air Wing or 2nd Marine Air Wing. I would assume 3rd, since 3rd is Miramar. Anyway. There are a ton of little Easter eggs. They don't do member berries, they do Easter eggs. The ending, there's like 4 endings, but it's not Lord of the Rings. It's like, hey, here's an ending. You could end the movie this way, and then 10 minutes later, here's also an ending. Or like 30 seconds. They don't give a lot of time to linger on this stuff, but when your adrenaline's up and you're really paying attention to the movie, it gets exciting. And then you're like, oh, that can't be it. And then you're expecting credits, and the credits don't happen. Oh, there's more movie! And then something else happens, and that could be a stopping point. And you're expecting credits. But they don't put the credits in. They keep going. And they give it a good ending. If they wanted to continue the series, they could, but it might be without Tom Cruise. Ed Harris is in this. At the very beginning, Ed Harris is in it. There are a lot of actors who, well, there are a few that came back from the original. Man, see this movie. Support this movie. Support the theater. Buy an expensive ticket. Go sit on the shelf. Get some pretzels delivered to you or something. Like I said, I'm gonna go play some Sniper Elite 5 and lose. Been a good rant. Other than the missed opportunity of a Star Wars reference, which now that I think about it, I'm glad they didn't, because they would have had to give Disney money just for the reference. But when I went to see it, in the theater, I kind of got disappointed. Man, this is literally the Death Star run. Like, exactly the same thing. But, active duty nostalgia. Navy nostalgia. Not nostalgia, not member berries. That's my takeaway. Yeah, instead of constant in your face, remember this, it's it just shows you. Here's the bar. Here's this nice little conversation that he has with it's Jennifer Connelly. I forgot her name. The love interest. Hey, she's got a kid, but it's not Maverick's. And Maverick's like, hey, how's your dad? Or where's your dad? In Hawaii with his girlfriend. I don't know. Let's not talk about that. That at one point she says to him, don't break her heart again. Really good movie. I'm gonna buy it on DVD when it comes out. I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray. I hope they don't do a third movie. I don't want to buy another box set. You buy the movie because it came out, and then now you got to buy a box set because a third movie came out. And super special, awesome, mega ultra edition with sparkle